Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Monday, happy Labor Day to everyone. And I was gonna do a little something to talk about Labor Day, but things have kind of gotten a little more important, a little more serious than that right now. I appreciate Labor Day and everyone that's celebrating it and what it's for, but at the same time, for those of you that don't know, we're facing what could potentially be a very bad situation in Hurricane Irma. The latest tracks show it coming directly to Florida. I don't want to downplay anything that's happened to Texas, and Hurricane Harvey was terrible. Those people have a lot of months and years ahead of them to rebuild. And hopefully this storm stays out of the Gulf and doesn't head that direction at all. And hopefully it doesn't come to Florida. Hopefully it'll take a last minute curve. But it's not looking good. It's looking like it's gonna head right up here. This is Tampa Bay. That is south towards St. Petersburg. That is north towards Tampa. I'm right here in the bay showing you guys a little bit of what would happen if this storm came from the south and made its way up the bay here on a curve. You guys see those tracks that take the storm curving up. And I'll show you guys in a little screenshot here that you can see. You guys see that track and that curve. Now the storm could come across the state straight, or it could curve up and end up here in the bay. If it did, it would come up this way. It'd make its way all the way up, it would churn. It would pick up all this warm water. Now I know it doesn't probably feel that warm if I reach down and touch it, but it's warm water in the grand scheme of things coming in from the Gulf. And that storm's gonna carry its way all the way up here, all the way down, until it makes its way to this causeway, this bridge that connects St. Petersburg all the way to Tampa. And that storm is gonna have nowhere to go except up and over this bridge. It's gonna close this bridge. It's gonna flood this bridge out. You guys can see the water level came all the way up to there. There's not much room for it to raise till it covers this bridge. It's gonna continue making its way all the way up into Tampa, which I'm gonna go over there into the bay and show you guys where it'll end up and show you what's gonna happen once it gets its way up here, picks up all this water, covers this bridge, and then ends up in the bay. I'm gonna show you guys what'll happen. Okay guys, so now welcome to the other side of the bridge. This is downtown Tampa. You guys maybe have seen this from some of my live shows, some of my Instagram lives, but we are downtown. Just over my shoulder here is Amalie Arena. That's home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, some of the concerts, things of that nature that you would expect at a normal downtown stadium where they hold events like that. Where we are is actually called Harbor Island. And Harbor Island, if you guys can see here, there's a marina, goes all the way up, the hospital's back there. This is kind of an inlet into downtown. People stay at hotels, they park their boats here, they go to restaurants. There's a restaurant on top of that building. They go to the stadium. There's a ton of restaurants around there. There's some penthouse towers that are in the downtown Channelside district. If you look way out there, you can see the top of a cruise ship. The cruise port is just down there on the other side of that bridge. Just over there is where the cruise ships dock, and then they head out down the bay and out to the ocean. You guys can also see on this island is where a lot of people live in these condos. All these condos, people live in these, and these are all businesses. People live above them, and their businesses are run out of the bottom of these buildings. And so a ton of people, these are very expensive as well. Some of these condos are $500,000 and up. So they get to be very expensive. But oh look, there's an I-8. How convenient. I think he owns a business here. I've seen that car a few times. So what people don't understand is if that storm from where we just were south comes up this bay, up the water, and pushes the water up these little inlets during high tide, I'll give you guys kind of an example. During high tide, this water right here will come up to almost seawall level right here. During normal high tide, during a heavy rainfall that we get, the water takes out this running and biking path. The water will come to about this level of these steps. During a nice rainfall, a good heavy rainfall, this water will come up. People won't walk or bike down this trail, which is what they use normally. It'll just be closed for a day, it'll dry out. During a normal, maybe a category 1, a tropical storm, tropical depression, or small hurricane, I've seen that water come up halfway up these steps. Now, to give you an idea of how high this is the seawall that's at the top here. I'm 6 foot tall. This wall is here on me. You're talking about 4 feet tops. This water only has to rise 4 feet to clips that wall there and come up to the top of these steps. And once it goes 4.5 feet, it's able to cross this road here, and it's right up to the step of these businesses and these condos that people live in, to the bottom floor. So at 4.5 feet, you're talking about breaching where people live and work. 5 feet. In a catastrophic hurricane like we're looking at with Irma, Houston got 50 feet of rain. Or I'm sorry, 50 inches of rain. You're talking about 6 feet, 4 to 5 feet, 6 feet in some areas of rain. You're talking about water this high. Water crests that level, you're talking about almost the second floor, top of the first floor, flooding these areas out and these inlets all the way down. I mean, people live as far as you can see that way, and as far as you can see that way, the hospital. These boats are gonna be floating up and crashing into stuff. And with the high winds, just absolute devastation that could happen down here. Just not a good basically setup for, you know, high rains and waters. It's just not a good recipe. It's a recipe for disaster. That's why we call them natural disasters. So I'm gonna head out of here. This is Harbor Island. I'm gonna head over to Davis Island, which is right at the mouth where the storm would come up. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit clearer where exactly that storm would start as it came up and made its way here into downtown Tampa. But it gives you an idea of what we're facing, guys. It's not looking good. The storm's not turning the way it should be turning for us. And give you guys an idea of what could potentially happen. We'll keep our fingers crossed, hope for the best. All right, last stop, guys. We are on Davis Island, Florida. There's a nice dog beach park you guys may have seen from some of my Instagram or past videos that I've filmed here in Davis Island before. This is kind of the tip of the bay. This is kind of the last stop as far south as I can go. This is the first place that the storm would come up. I'm going to show you guys. This is the Davis Island Marina. It's a private guest or members only marina. It goes up in there. There's a dog beach just around the corner there. You probably see some dogs. I'll show you in a minute. Anyways, off in the distance is Tampa. So we come over here, and Derek Jeter actually lives. I'll show you Jeter's house. Derek Jeter actually lives on Davis Island here. But this is the out to the bay. This is out to the water. This is where the storm would start as it came up. It would come all the way up here. It would make its way across the inlet this direction, and then there's nowhere else for it to go. This is the end of the land. So it would come either up and curve up the water, or it would just come across Davis Island here. It would come across this little inlet, across this marina, and straight up into the bay, straight into Tampa. Bang. And all this water has nowhere to go. All this water from here, that's warm water, and all this water from over here, it's got nowhere to go but up and into the city. So that's what could happen if the hurricane, worst case scenario, decides it wants to come up Tampa Bay. So for those of you that are not familiar, that's the layout, that's how it works, and that's what we're looking to. So I'm gonna actually leave here and go to the grocery store and try to stock up on some stuff and start making some plans, maybe an Airbnb, somewhere to go Thursday or Friday to get out of town. I'm taking my car tomorrow to BMW to put it on the 4th floor garage so that it's stored away safely and not in my garage at my house. And then we're gonna take this. We have an SUV, you guys. Many of you don't know that. We do have another car, of course. We have this, good size, pack the dogs in it, the wrecking crew. Pack as much stuff as we need, important paperwork, food, water, all that stuff. And we're gonna hit the road, stay in a hotel, Airbnb, whatever, for a couple of nights if we have to. Hopefully we won't need to, but we'll see what happens. So definitely gonna do that. All right, here at Walmart, I went to Publix, it was empty. Give you guys an idea. Empty water, almost empty. All the way down, almost empty. They're trying to refill them as quick as they can, but no luck. To give you guys an idea, it's a whole pallet section. All this was filled yesterday. It's all gone today. So I got us one thing of water, Gatorade, the whole store. But pretty much the story from here. As people get ready, the canned food section also is going pretty quick. I'll show you guys that in just a second as well. Actually, not too bad of a job on the canned goods section. It's starting to thin out a little bit, but I imagine this will last a little longer than the waters, but the rest is going quick. All right, guys, so obviously I'm back at the house right now. I don't want anyone to start panicking, but do be prepared. Obviously, a lot of people in Houston didn't panic. They didn't think that anything was possible, and look what a lot of those people are going through now. So it's still a little too early to tell here on Monday night, but talk to me again Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'll update on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you don't follow me there, shoot down there. I'm not going to make another video until this thing either hits or doesn't hit, but in the meantime, I will update social media with its path and what it looks like for us and whether we have to get out or not, or, you know, preparations, et cetera, et cetera. So just be prepared, be ready, grab a few things, get a plan. It only takes a little bit of time, and at least when it happens, you'll be ready to go rather than scrambling to figure out what you're going to do last minute. So everyone just keep us in your thoughts. If you don't live in Florida, if you live in Florida, please be safe. Terry, our amazing moderator, admin at the Facebook group, lives in Florida. She's on the other coast, so she's in direct path as well, potentially. So, you know, think about her. And Deb Motaz lives just south of me, Bradenton, Sarasota, near the water. So, you know, just keep in mind that there are a lot of us that do live here in Florida. Biscayne kid down in Miami, Broward, Dade County, he's in the direct path. So a lot of people to think about in the state. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully that clears up where we're at with this storm. Gonna keep an eye on it. It's a 4 right now. It's very dangerous, and hopefully I have better news for you guys in the upcoming days. I'll have another video for you shortly. Just wanted to give you guys that update. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.